about yourself?
Doing well, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty excited when I decided to have you on the podcast, man, because I see you
Yeah,
as an inspiration to me, bro.
man, that's an honor, man.
Yes,
What an
sir.
honor, bro. What an honor, man.
Yes,
Glad,
sir.
glad, glad I could be an inspiration for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I don't want to
Yeah,
hold you too long, so we're just gonna get started. All right.
yeah. Go ahead, man.
All right. So first and foremost, I want to welcome you guys to Jay's Music Talk episode 5. I'm your host, AJ Wilson, and with me of a man that needs no introduction. This is a man that
Ah,
I look up to a lot. This is my favorite gospel producer and musician. He's worked with many others like Tasha Cobbs, Willie McDowell, Fred Hammond, actually, too, James
mm,
Fortune, Pastor Mike Jr., and so many others. So without further ado, I would like to please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Dlo David Outing. How you doing, my
what's
brother?
up, man? How you doing, fam?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great.
Good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right,
What's
so
up?
let's get right into it. So let's first off start off with where are you originally from?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida.
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
You, I love Florida, especially knowing that Pastor William McDowell has his church down at Deeper Fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on visiting there one day
Yes,
though.
sir, man. It's a great church, man. Good family. Uh, definitely, you got to pay a visit to them. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So first off, when did you start playing keys?
8 years old.
That's young.
8 years old, man. My mom, my father's church. I was the drummer and was well one of the drummers, and then they couldn't afford a keyboard player anymore, and then I had to be, and then my mom forced me on the keys. So
Wow,
yeah, I started playing at like 9, bro. 8, 9.
that's young, but that's really good. That's really good.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, how did you meet Pastor William McDowell?
Mm. Met him through Mark, actually.
Mark
The
McClary?
drum.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Met him
oh,
through Mark. Um, me and Mark was at Faith World. Mark left Faith World and went with William McDowell. And then, whenever they needed a keyboard player for anything, I'll go on and over and play with William McDowell. So that's how I met him.
that's really inspirational. Because
Yes,
one
sir.
thing, one thing, I'm trying to meet Pastor William McDowell too. Because if I'm saying anything, growing up, I've been listening to his music a lot, and me trying to become a musician, I still am. I've
Yeah.
always wanted to meet him because he's my favorite gospel artist, actually.
William
So I've been
McDowell
wanting
is
to meet him.
a, yeah, man. It's gonna happen, man. William McDowell is a very great man and a good dude, man.
Yeah,
Good dude, man. So
so I
yeah.
also love watching how you went on tour in 2019. I remember that tour when you guys went to play on The Cry. I don't know if you remember it.
Oh, the album.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a live recording. We didn't do a tour,
well, yeah,
but yeah,
live
definitely.
recording.
Did a whole live
Yeah,
recording
you was playing
on the crowd.
organ. I'm telling you, you was doing your thing, bro.
Man, Organ and Ox. Yeah, that was a good album, man.
Yeah,
A good album. Very great album. Very great album. That process of doing that album was fun. Very fun. Had a good time.
I can tell you enjoyed yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
what's your go-to keyboard that you love playing with?
Man, I mean, I love them all. If I had to pick a board, it'd be a Roland Jupiter 80. Uh, um, that would probably be my go-to for
Yeah,
production.
the Rollins are really. They have some nice sounds on there too.
Yeah, that'd probably be my production board. hmm
So
My go-to
like when
board.
did so like when did you start getting into music producing?
Um, I've always been a person to do production since I started playing. My dad bought me a Triton LE keyboard, and I started tracking out a lot of things. So I've always been into production, um, but just doing it at a high level probably the last 10 years. 10 years of my life I've been doing it.
really good. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
so you as a music producer now, what are like
Hmm.
some favorite sounds that you love using all the time?
I'm a sound geek, man. I don't really have a favorite because I just love sounds, man. I love exploring sound banks. I love digging and trying to figure out what sound matches the record better. So I per se don't have a favorite sound, but I do have, I just enjoy the process on searching for sounds.
That's good. That's good.
Yes, sir.
All right. So me now, as a 17-year-old musician right now for my church.
17, man. Ooh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
17.
old.
Huh?
Oh man, I feel old.
Nah.
You ought to be my son, man.
Yeah. So yeah, my father plays the bass too in church
Okay.
actually. So I actually come from a musical family too.
Where are you located?
I'm I'm located in New
Oh,
Jersey.
you in Jersey? Okay, cool.
Well, I'm originally from New York, but I moved to New
Mm,
Jersey by like 2016.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. So
So
what?
me as a 17
Yeah.
year old musician,
Hmm.
what pieces of advice would you give to me, right, to help me get to the next level, or that helped you get to where you are?
Um, number one, you're 17 in 2024. You have such, you have so much. Oh my gosh, y'all get Dolly out of here. Um, at 17, man, what's up, bro? Y'all say what up to Dolly, man.
So
We know him as Maine, but everybody know him as Dolly. But you got access, bro. Don't be lazy. I mean, that's just I didn't have the access that you guys have now. You
that's
guys
true.
y'all have access to so much. When I was growing up, I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have a phone camera. I didn't have a cell phone. You know what I mean? Like when I was 13 and 14, 15, 16, 17, I had none of that, man. And you know, Taylor, what's up, bro? Um, so the biggest thing I can give you all the tools in the world, but just because you have all the tools in the world don't mean that you're gonna use them. The
That's
biggest
true.
thing is don't be lazy. Uh, put the game aside, put TV aside, put your phones up, and study your craft. Study the old music. Study the old music, meaning Donnie McClurkin stuff. Go listen to some old church stuff. Azusa with Carton Pearson, and y'all generation don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? Go listen to some Winans. Go listen to some Commission. Go listen to some Hawkins. Go listen to some some old Hezekiah Walker.
Yeah.
Like go listen to some older music and play it, man, and try to mimic, learn the sonics of those albums, man. And so just don't be lazy, bro. Y'all got too much access. I mean, it's literally y'all have access to so much at such a young age to the point where it's even dangerous for y'all. And so you just gotta don't be lazy, man. That's my advice. You know, society and um, technology, just the times have made your generation lazy and spoiled. Y'all have it made so good to the point where, and it's not y'all fault because y'all are born. You can't be mad at the time people are born in and what they adapt to. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Game Boys back when I was a jit. You know, y'all got whole PS5s and iPads and so much, man. And y'all just got access, man. Get to work and study. That's pretty much what I have to tell you, man. Just don't be lazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely feel what you're saying too, and you're actually not wrong too about what's going on with young people and music things.
Hmm.
When I first started out on drums. First off.
Mm-hmm.
I first started on drums, and then by like a few years down the line, I fell in love with the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So then I try to study everything I know, kind of just like you. I'm self-taught as well.
Yeah.
Many people try to teach me and stuff, but I never really got it like that. So I had to push myself. I had to
Yeah.
put everything aside that I enjoy a lot
Mm-hmm.
to study the craft and know everything, your
Yeah.
scales, everything, numbers, everything. And
Yeah.
of course, I had mentors with me, like my older cousin. He played keys, so I also had a little help from him, and so I'm at a level now where like,
Have fun doing it though, man. Like if you're doing it, I'm not saying it's what you're doing, but don't have a reason on why you're doing it. Just do it. Love what you're doing. Have a passion for it. If you're doing it for likes or Instagram likes or notoriety, it's not gonna happen. Do it because you love to do it. Do it
yes,
because you're
sir.
called to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
you don't worry about who's watching. Don't worry about who's judging. Don't worry about who's paying attention. Just if you got a genuine love for it, just work.
Yes, sir. I understand that, bro. Yes, sir.
It's
You definitely helped me a lot. You know, me
wow,
as a young man, you've definitely helped me a
man.
lot, especially even now, bro. Like you're giving me advice on things that many people are making mistakes on. People only use music. They abuse music just for likes and followers and stuff. Me, I love music. Growing
Mhm.
up, I've always been a music head.
Mhm.
Like, ask anybody about me. Like, I'm a music head. That's
Okay.
all I know. Everything.
Yeah.
And
If it's in you, man,
yes, sir.
put your sweat and tears in it. If you gotta cry, cry. If you gotta laugh, laugh. If you gotta let it out, man. That's the best way I could tell you. When it's genuine and you do it and you always give it back to God, God is gonna honor your gift, bro. So, continue to be strong, continue to be inspired, always remain a student.
Yes,
Never
sir.
remain ne- the, I'm always a student. It don't matter who I'm, I never look at myself as a teacher, you know, and I always want to be in a position to bless and show my experiences, but I still have a long way to go still, but anything where I can help and where I can make sure y'all good, the next generation don't make the same mistakes I made, I'm always gonna help.
That's great, bro. So you're from, I know you said you're from Orlando, Florida,
Mm,
right? So,
yes, sir.
so, I also remember I was watching one video on YouTube, actually,
Hmm.
and I think he was telling your story a little bit. And you mentioned something about you was playing your father's church
Hmm. I was
and
playing at my
how
father. Yep. I was
and how
playing
your
at my.
father
Uh huh.
released you from the church, saying that your gift is much greater, right? And that
Hmm.
if I cope you in this place, right, then I'm holding you back.
Yeah.
So he's releasing you out there to grow yourself, build yourself, and many doors will open up for you.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I was 16, 17, and my dad realized that my gift was bigger than the room. He couldn't pay me. I was entering manhood, and not just entering manhood. He knew my gift was for the world. Instead of being selfish and keeping me hidden, he actually pruned me and pushed me out. And I'm grateful for my dad to recognize that. It takes balls, if I could say that. It takes heart to do that. Your oldest son, your only musician at the time, and you the one who put him out. He the one who called my church a church, and it's like I have a keyboard player for y'all, and they started paying me more. And so, yeah, man, my dad is my hero, and I'm very grateful of his sacrifice. His sacrifice put me indoors where I never thought I'd be.
That's great. What is your favorite thing about music that you really love?
Healing,
Like it
healing,
heals your soul. Yeah,
healing, and it's the universal language.
yeah,
You
because music
can
is like a language.
Chinese, you get somebody Chinese and they don't know a lick of English, but they'll come and sing some English song. You get American that don't know Korean, that know Korean. You get Korean, you can get African, you can get Vietnamese, you can get. It don't matter, bro. You can get Haitian, you can get Jamaican, you can get Canadian, you can get Indian. The one thing that people come together for is music. So
That is
it's a
true.
universe. It's a universal language, and it's a healing. It heals.
That's true. That's true. That is so true. Um, so you said you like the Rolling Phantom. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's your favorite type of keys that
No, the
well,
Roland Jupiter 80.
oh, Jupiter. Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't be listening. My
no,
fault. I don't be listening.
yeah, Jupiter 80. Yep.
Jupiter 80. Yeah. So let's just have a conversation real quick. So, me, everybody knows that I'm a Yamaha type of person.
Hmm.
Like everything about me is Yamaha. I will use other boards, but I
Hmm.
mostly use Yamaha keyboards all the time.
Hmm.
For those that know me, so right now I have a Yamaha Modi X8 Plus,
Hmm.
and for the top one, it's kind of a portable keyboard, but I still make use of it. It's like a Yamaha YPG 235.
Hmm.
Yeah, so every day I just work on stuff that you know will help build me, learn sounds on the keyboard. Because many people, when they get keyboards, and I think you can attest to it too, that many people they don't study the sounds on their keyboard. They don't know what sounds are on there, so that when it's go time, when it's time for you to start doing stuff on there now, it's like you have to. It's like you have to start searching like last minute, like what is on here? Like you don't know this. Me, one thing I learned about playing piano keyboard is that you must study the kind of board you have,
Yeah.
know what sounds you have, know each effect, know each button to press, know what to do, because where um there will come a time when you will have to do something on the keyboard. You will have to use a certain sound and you don't know it. You don't know anything.
Hmm.
So me personally, I feel like, and that's especially with young people. Young people just when they get a keyboard, they just feel like, okay, I'm gonna I got a keyboard. I don't know what I learned. Study the sound. I've told many people this, many before that just give me the keyboard. Make sure you study what kind of board you have. If you have to look on YouTube, look on YouTube. Just know what you're doing because nobody because nobody's gonna have the time to sit down and teach you last minute when you had all that time while you was busy watching TV, distraction, all other stuff. You had all the time in the world those times to study your keyboard,
Hmm.
know what you're doing. You had all those times.
Hmm.
So, so, as I said again, back to the topic, I'm a Yamaha type of keyboard person,
Hmm.
and that's basically it. So.
Do what works for you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Just
love the
because
Roland. I love the Roland too,
yeah,
though. I love the Roland too. I love the Roland too.
do what
Especially
works.
especially seeing what type of sounds they have too. Because when it comes to keyboard, I study everything.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
do it. I mean,
It doesn't even have to be Yamaha. I study
yeah,
everything from Nords, Rolands. What's that one called? Cruisewell. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I study everything.
yeah. I mean, study as much as you can, man. Number one, you just never know when you start playing and you start traveling. You never know what you're gonna run into. I ran into
Yeah,
so many cases where it was a Chronos, or it was a Nord, or it was a Yamaha, it was a Modi X, it was a, you just never know. So make yourself a nerd. I'm a nerd.
that's
I, I
good.
know, I know how to work myself through any type of keyboard. I know how to engineer. I know how to use pretty much every DAW from Pro Tools, Studio One, Logic, Fruity Loops, uh, Ableton.
Yeah,
You know, uh, just making yourself equipped to knowing your instrument. and knowing what kind of tools you use. You know what I'm saying? So do what works for you. Study all what you can, and do what you like. Make your imprint. Don't be a follower.
Yeah, be a
When
leader.
you figure out your sound, make an imprint on it. Now, leaders typically take the longer route, but hey, it's better off in the end.
That's true. That's true. All
FL,
right.
all right. You say you showing my age, Cruz. I am.
Listen.
FL Studio. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good, bro. But anyway, I was gonna let you go after that though.
Yeah,
But
man.
I want to thank you so much, bro, for joining me. It was an honor to have you, bro.
Man, anytime, man. I keep my word and try to, I try to keep my word with the younger generation, and show them that, it's still some guys out here who's open to talking and sharing. I could never be too busy to share information for the next. So thank you for having me, man. And I wish you
Yes,
all
sir.
the best of luck. Stay focused. You got a lot of life to, you got a lot of life, bro. Stay focused, stay humble, stay away from the girls, you know, get your education, get your books. I mean, have a girlfriend, I don't want you to be, other side, but you,
No, I understand what you're saying, but you don't have to. You don't have to explain yourself.
nah, I gotta say that in these times, huh? You know what I'm saying? But don't let that be your main focus. You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? Focus on God, keep God first, man. I know you hear that all the time, but trust me, man, you ain't gonna be able to make it without Him.
Yes,
Trust me.
sir. Yes, sir.
Make sure you have God with you. Make sure you have Him with you in every room and and every situation. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Make sure, bro, because the moment you neglect Him, the moment you ain't gonna see none of your fruits.
That's
Don't
true.
focus on your harvest. Keep planting seeds. The
Yes,
moment you
sir.
the moment you focus on your harvest, you're not going to be able to focus on planting seeds, which makes your harvest. And everybody always trying to look for a harvest is because they're impatient. Then they wonder why they harvest and grow. It's because they stop planting seeds to go look. Don't ever stop planting seeds, bro. The moment you stop planting seeds, the moment that to go look for a harvest, the moment by the time you go look for that harvest, you ain't gonna see it because it is impossible to plant and reap the same harvest from that same seed in the same season. It is impossible.
Yes,
You
sir.
cannot reap the same. You cannot reap from the same seed in the same season. You can't. It's impossible. You got to go through a process. And the moment you stop, the moment that the seed stops growing, you got to nourish that seed. You got to love it. So don't look for a harvest. That's wrong with society now. They want a quick fix. They want to look for the harvest with no process. You understand? So focus on your process. Keep working. Keep working. Keep God first, and it's gonna happen for you, bro. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Much love, bro. We'll talk soon. All right.
Love, man. Love, man.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yes, sir.